Yeah, the preseason's been great so far. I think the men are handling the COVID guidelines really well, and I think that has it sort of becomes normal, and so you start to just function with that as your new reality. Other than that, I think practice, the guys are focused. Obviously, there's an urgency and a hunger to just be playing again, which is a huge blessing after having last season canceled. We've had to dance around a little bit with like weather and snow and stuff on the field, going inside, going outside, but we're able to be creative, and they're really positive about, again, any chance to play and compete is awesome for them. And so I think right now our focus is just being smart as we get older and have kind of our first group of our first recruiting class are now juniors and upperclassmen. It's less about number of reps and more about understanding. I think we still have a slightly lower number, and so it's about being healthy, both with COVID and then also just physically, and we feel like we've got a great group, and so it's just about I think I heard another coach say it's a race to the end of the season, who can be kind of healthiest at the end, and so we're trying to be mindful of that while still getting done what we need to get done. We have two seniors left, Pat Mark and Jared Hurd, both of whom also play football. And they play the same position for us, so it's really cool the kind of the brotherhood that they have. Jared actually joined the team last year, played half of the season, and he's been great this year. And then Pat, both are defensive midfielders for us. They've been bouncing back and forth between football and lacrosse now, with football planning to play this spring as well. They're both really mature guys, and they work really hard, and so they've handled that. But they both look awesome, and we've always had. All of our seniors have had great senior years, super productive, and just great leadership, and I'd say those two guys have continued that trend. We're looking for, I think, big things from them, particularly Pat. I think probably one of the best players at his particular position that I've been around at this level thus far, and he's been really dominant in practice, and really excited to see him get to compete against some other teams. Yeah, so our junior class was the first class that we recruited to be, varsity lacrosse players at Grove City, and it's been really fun to kind of go through it with them. They're really close. I think that's been something that's really notable and special about that group. They all live together and are really just best friends on and off the field. On defense, we got Cody Adams and Addison Bennett will probably start for us. Those guys again have both played a lot. On offense, you got Brett Gladstone and Jed Spears and Blaze Bishop have played a lot as well. Mike LaForte has done a great job coming back, kind of transitioning into a new role for us, and he's been playing really, really well. And there's a number of other guys as well, but I think it's again, you've got a core of guys that are going to start and play quite a bit for us that have been doing it for a long time. A lot of them have played, and started since their freshman year, so now they're going into their third year of starting and playing together. They have tremendous chemistry. I think 2 years ago when we won the conference championship on offense, five of the starting six guys were freshmen, and now all of those guys are juniors. And so it's been notable in practice. I think to me the biggest jump kind of comes from sophomore to junior year, where you just sort of take a deep breath. You're hearing everything now for the third time. Your level of confidence is just different. You've been in the weight room more. Physically, you feel more prepared. You see things that you've never seen before. You understand things in a new way. I just think the jump from sophomore to junior is pretty tremendous. So we've got a large group of guys that have played a lot making that jump. And so it's really been fun to coach them in practice and see them, attack the new season. Yeah, I think the sophomore class, we're excited to see them, getting their freshman year cut short just as we were starting to really build, and I think they were getting some confidence. It's awesome to see them back on the field. James Petroli was one for us that was probably going to start on attack last year and hurt his ankle and never actually got to play, so he never got on the field. He was terrific in our preseason scrimmage, and then unfortunately got hurt and didn't play at all. So really excited to see James kind of fill a new role. He'll probably step in for like Henry Brandon, who graduated last year as an attackman for us. I think Jack Petit is a goalie who's played really, really well. He played in the second half of our last game last year and was phenomenal, and came back just really motivated and has done a ton of extra work, and he's been playing great. we have 3 goalies that I think all can contribute. RJ has started for the last couple of years. He's a junior, and Danny Stone's a freshman, but all the goalies have been great. Kyle Coogan is back and has played some LSM for us and is continuing to grow in that role. And there's a couple other guys, Brock and Charlie Brannon, and the whole class is just again taking a step forward, and that's kind of what it's all about, seeing them mature and just be excited to get back out and playing again. Yeah, I think the freshmen have been fantastic in terms of just their eagerness to learn. This group probably has more experience playing lacrosse before they got here than any group we've ever brought in, just between high school starts, playing in good high school programs, as well as playing like club lacrosse in the summers and stuff like that. So a lot of them have played a ton of games. I think we've seen a bunch of them are going to contribute. We don't have a ton, but I think probably all of the freshmen will play some role, whether it be a starting role or a significant kind of backup position. All of them will play. I think this year we've seen. So I mean, you have to, as a coach, you have to be happy when you recruit a bunch of guys and all of them are able to impact your team. You feel like you're doing a good job there, and you feel like they are embracing the work that it takes to kind of learn a new thing. And so I've been really pleased with the freshmen and excited to see them start to find their carve out their roles here on in our program as well. Yeah, I think the keys for us this season are going to be, I mentioned before, but staying healthy, and just continuing to build the chemistry that's grown, and being able to go from a team that had some success early in terms of our juniors and our sophomores that had some success early in their lacrosse careers, and be able to turn that into confidence and not arrogance or overconfidence. To be able to say, like, we've been here and we know how to do this. It's not just magically going to happen. We have to make it happen. But if we put in the work, we believe that we've already done it once, and so we know that we can do it again. And so the confidence that comes from the early success that we've had can be a huge benefit and blessing if we allow it to kind of fill the right space. If we let it kind of get to our heads, it's going to be something that we have to overcome. So I think the seniors and the juniors in particular have done a good job of just being humble, again, attacking every day just with a gratitude to be able to do it, with COVID last year and everything. So I think the humility and just the gratitude for the opportunity is kind of key for us. And so honestly, on the field, we feel like we have a really good group. I think we have really good players at every position. I think our starting lineup, there's no holes in it as far as we see it, and we've got good depth. So it's just a matter of having the right mindset going into the season and remaining humble and remaining grateful kind of as we get to play games and hopefully have some success.